try? What you gonna do when your will runs dry? I'd like to know what you gonna do when your will runs dry. Listen to me, darling. You cheat and you lie. Now you come running, wanting second try. I know you're gonna miss me, and you're gonna be blue. Tell me, what you gonna do when your will runs dry? What you gonna do when your will runs dry? What you gonna do when your will runs dry? I'd like to know what you gonna do when your will runs dry. What you gonna do when you're feeling so blue? Oh, what you gonna do? I wanna know. What you gonna do? I'd like to know. What you gonna do? When your will runs dry? What you gonna do? When your will runs dry? What you gonna do? When your will runs dry? What you gonna do? When your well runs dry?
And good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, and Pretty Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott.
And I'm Devon Romain.
Yes, and it is Hard Talk. Now, 6 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada. Yeah. Kind of rainy in some places, kind of.
But it's still beautiful.
Sunshiny in some places. And
according to the young people, Grenada, at this point in time, it's epic.
Yeah, boy, a lot to talk about today.
Too much to talk about.
A lot to talk about today.
What you gonna do when the man quits?
I don't know about that. Me talk about that one.
What you gonna do?
But there's a non-issue. The man should have go since election night. There's a non-issue. Since election night, he should have do that. Me know we wait all this time for.
Grenada, good morning. It's another beautiful morning in Spice Country.
I seen that. Some NDC people tell me the man should have go before the election. You know?
Oh.
They said the man, no, he don't like people. What he doing there? He should have go since before election. Not me. I tell you what NDC people tell me.
Why didn't tell man
not
that?
Even NNP people say that.
I mean, NNP people are really worrying about him. I mean, he's not an issue for us at all. You know, it's just that, hey, they got to get their act together. That's on them. So, but hey, you know, I just want to say all the best to you guys and the future of your political organization. Yeah. God knows that green. You don't want to believe that alone.
You're lucky.
Ooh, hi. Good morning to all of you listening or watching us on the live this morning from Toronto, New York, wherever you are. Good morning to you. It's a special, bright, sunny, beautiful Grenadian morning. Yeah, the sun is in its glory. Drips of rain. Yeah, outside.
No, outside, eh?
Outside.
You should see what outside looking like since you came inside.
Ooh, boy.
You're making an assumption based on what you see when it was outside. You should see outside here now. You could know.
But we've been getting sort of, beautiful weather. The rain is coming in and between, not too heavy, which is good, but hey.
Yeah, just to let folks know though, the New National Party would have had their General Council yesterday. Yep. And also before the General Council, the New National Party team would have gone to the Tivoli RC Church for the church service there. And then afterwards, people went home, you change, organize, and then headed over, You hear rain? See, tell you it's not sun outside there.
My apologies. The sun, the sun disappeared.
Yeah, so they did that, and they went over to the Hermitage Government School, and we had our General Counsel and some wonderful information coming out from General Counsel. Yeah, lots of information coming out of the General Counsel. We're gonna get on to that in a short while. Yeah, we will get into that in a short while. Touch a little music there. Yeah. Let me touch a little music for a little while there, and then we'll come back.
Advice from my friend in Brooklyn. She tell me, Jerry, I want you to stop competing. I don't like the kind of treatment you're getting. I find this thing get humiliating. So go for my regime. When I look at the people who they select, it's a set of people calypso reject. They sing it, but they cannot write a song. Some judges, they bring in the art from down, and it so leads to reform. They sit down judging their colleagues and friends, don't care about the money we spend. The art form really got to spit them boy writing song and still judging it. She said the reason you will not get no reward, they're ready to smile. Even though Grenadians, them love you bad, they're ready to smile. She say you want them to sit and knock glass. They're ready to smile. But tell them to kiss your Grenadian ass. I would like to say, my blood not blue, you should know dread. For things to change like you want bloodshed. But I hold me pride, I will never beg. Everybody know not man that shake bread. This place that they call Spice Mass Cooperation, such a corrupt and deceitful institution. Them people don't care about artists at all, especially the woman named Sita Hall, who does not.
Nah, I ain't gonna go down that road with you, Jerry. Nah, not me. Wrong man. Look, 4407377. Several outcomes from yesterday. But before we go to the General Counsel, though, just one or two other issues before we get there. Remember, today is the first day we're going to be having the new Commissioner of Police on the job, acting Commissioner of Police on the job, Mr. Edwin Martin. So we'd like to say a very, very warm congratulations and hope you have a wonderful first day on the job. Not first day on the job as a police officer and thing. We know you're long, but first day on the job as the acting Commissioner of Police.
Special Hard Talk good morning.
Yeah, we know you'll do a wonderful job.
Oh yeah.
A special good morning to the rank and file, all of the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, no matter which department you are, whether in immigration or you're over in the tailor shop, or whether you're in the fire department, or whether you're in the drug squad, or the rapid response unit, or the special services unit, or whether, no matter which part, the Coast Guard, whichever part, wherever part of the police service you are, we say a very special, glorious Grenadian good morning to you. We hope that you all are having a fabulous day today. All right. Also, to those of you who are in the prison service, the prison service, rank and file of the prison service, we're saying good morning to you as well. And we hope you are having a wonderful day as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we know he's taking his first day on the job today.
As the acting commissioner.
As the acting commissioner of police. Also today, Miss Philomena Robertson.
Yes, Philomena Robertson.
Yes, she would be taking over the reins as the press secretary. And Miss Lakeisha Grant, Alexander Grant, she's going over to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Yeah, so she'll be doing another job. She's taking up a senior position over the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So she'll be doing, we know she'll do an excellent job. She's done an excellent job as press secretary, and we know she's going to do an excellent job over in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And in addition to that, we know that she's being replaced by a very competent and capable person. I know Philo, maybe dating back to the 1990s, Yeah, I know Philo. And also, Doc, go get somebody could run with. Yeah, Philo does run marathon and all kind of things. So you get somebody could run marathon with
She has the experience in everything, in media, in athletics, in wherever. She's a doc. Well, boy, I know he will make it now, boss.
Yeah, fitness freak again.
Yeah, fitness freak.
Yeah, so we say a special good morning to all of you, and we hope that you all having a fabulous day today. And remember, it's coming up this Saturday. It's the Docs Challenge Trophy. That's going to be coming up this Saturday at the Victoria Park in Grenville from 1 p.m.
That's the final.
The final, yeah. So South St. George, St. Andrew, Southeast, and St. John. Yeah, they'll be in competition this Saturday. And as we said, that's going to be at the Victoria Park in Grenville. So you all need to come on out and support that event, support that activity, support the thing. Support the thing. All right, all right, we coming out and we going in with thing. Nice to go on food, drinks, DJ, them kind of things. So never could tell you. Might give them a big tune each time they hit a 6. You'll get a big tune and all that kind of thing.
St. Andrews will be well represented.
Yeah,
because
so
the thing staying up the dock, they want to change residence. Because the thing staying up here.
I know the men and women of steel say,
no,
might say something.
That, man. We are enough heat up there. We go melt that steel. Melting that steel that he.
And them
Run.
St. John people eat a lot of fish over the last few days, especially. That fish oil ain't easy to deal with, so it's going to be competition. Don't feel because it's in St. Andrew winning, no.
St. Andrews, watch, these women and them, with the kind of leadership they have there right now in St. Andrews. Even if they had to team up and let that thing stay in St. Andrews, we go do it.
Honorable Emlyn Pierre, don't go and play.
Don't go and play. No, she have to play.
I said don't go and play.
That want the ace spin ball, I understand.
Honorable Emlyn Pierre, don't go and play. All right.
Taff,
leave it.
I
go play.
I have coaching with a spin.
So you play. Minister Pierre, don't go and play. So, all right, leave that alone.
Nah,
somebody call it. We'll take this call and then I have to read a little press release. Good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Yes. Morning.
Hello.
Morning. You're live. Go right ahead.
Hello.
You're live, caller. Go right ahead.
Morning, Sheldon.
Yes.
No, I'm not close to the radio. Tell Devon, love not to talk, love not to boast. Grief come to those who brag the most. That's men of steel. That's Shoma talking here.
That steel will melt.
The fittest of the fittest go survive on Saturday.
All right, darling. I hear you.
Only thing to stop them is rain. Rain alone.
I tell you,
tell them we coming and we coming strong.
Fire up there,
the men of steel. You don't know heat to take down steel.
Papa Jerry there.
Tell Devon have a good day.
Yes,
darling. Bye-bye.
All right.
See, you're only looking for drama.
Papa Jerry, we melting that steel, Jared. You understand? The fireman, we melting that steel. You know, if and maybe men of steel will come up in St. Andrews and make it worse. Right there in our constituency and win, never happen. Real heat.
See, all like confusion.
Real heat. No men of steel and St. John's coming in, St. Andrews, the biggest parish, and take nothing. No, forget that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you hear the talks at the throw, so you realize what's going to be going on there.
Yeah.
All right.
Bragging rights, we destroying everybody that come.
Yes, so you realize what's going to be going on, so we're looking forward to that. All right.
You see how the 4 women in St. Andrews destroy those 4 men in the election, just so anybody else come together. Now, even if we on the same team, but boy, you have to.
Let's take this call.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I see what's happening here. Okay. Good morning.
Hello.
Seems as though we lost that one. Let me just make sure that I think that's supposed to be like that. Nice. Seen some kind of weird things happening. Good. Right? And man. Oh God, who come and play up with the board, man? No wonder they can't hear us. They take off the channel that we have to hear them on. And and it's right down. No wonder the callers can't hear, Ooh. All of the mic channels were off. All of the callers, call back, please. All of the channels were off, and the volume on it was right down. And they put up 3 and 4. So unless they switch it to 3 and 4, well, they ain't tell me nothing. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, what's going on here? Let me see. Let's see what happened now. All right, we'll see what happened now. 4407377. That's 4407377. Let me see if the thing that dead.
347-329-3101.
Yeah, let me see if that go work now. Yeah. Nice. Let me see that. I mean, I have to tune this off here. Nice. Nice. Tapa madman does interfere with the thing and he go tell you that is what you do. So I will be here pushing you wrong, but no, and making a conflict because the audio coming in from two. Anyway, it's a technical thing. We'll talk that after. 4407377
and 347-329-3101.
Zingo, good morning.
But Zingo, how bad news for you?
Oh boy.
A friend tell me steel. Well, yeah, what kind of steel too? Men and women of steel. I mean, different steel for different areas. When you go into when you're in St. George's, you have your reinforced steel. But from the time you're landing in St. Andrews, them steel just bending.
Well, let me say this as well. On Friday, the women's arm of the New National Party, they'll be having their lime at the Mount Helicon. Eats and drinks on sale, and that'll be starting roughly about 4 p.m. So, folks, you can come on out to that. That's going to be at the New National Party headquarters in Mount Helicon. That's going to be the end of month lime. So you can come on out, eat drinks on sale. Yeah, and you know, you can come and try and knock a little domino with the PM and play a little cards, drafts with Honorable Anthony Boson, and you could play a little cards and thing in between. Fools. Yeah. Come and take your licks. Come and take your licks. All right, nice. 4407377. You can call. Watch, boy. Stop getting instructions and come and fix it. Yeah, nice. All right, nice. Right. Okay, I'll go order a can of vacuum and thing there. Right, nice. Yeah, we go vacuum that. Right, 4407377, Devon. So we have had the General Council of the New National Party yesterday. Had 2 resolutions. I do not have the resolutions on hand right now, but we had 2 resolutions that were put forward. And also, additional to that, we had several announcements. One of the major announcements that were made yesterday by Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell would have been that persons who have to get their gratuity between the years 1983 to 1985, they will be paid their gratuity by the end of the month. Yeah, that is those persons who qualify for their gratuity from the government of Grenada. So in other words, those people who due to the Pension Disqualification Act and so of 1983 would have lost their benefits, they would have lost their gratuity, they would have lost their pension and so. So these first set of people, and you're talking, I need a little bit of money there, it's going to be a lot. So these people will receive their gratuity between at the end of this month. Also, he made the announcement that by the end of this month, the Ministry of Finance is working very hard to ensure not only that those gratuity payments are made for those persons who have to get their gratuity for between the years 1983 to 1985, and they are working on ensuring that the other persons who have to get theirs from since then, that they get their gratuities as well. So it's not an issue of the cash flow. It's you have to make individual calculations. Definitely. Person A may have started on the 15th of July 1973. And they ended at a different time, while person B may have started since 1962. So you have to do the calculations for each individual person. It's not an across-the-board payment. You just say everybody's going to get this figure. But it's individual calculations have to be made for each person. So that's why it's taking a period of time to ensure. But this end of month, the end of July, we're in the month of July, our first program for July. At the end of July, those persons who have to get their gratuity payments between 1983 and 1985 will be getting their gratuity payments. Additional to that, the pensioners, those who get their little kakada day, right, you're going to be getting the additional $100 at the end of this month. And Prime Minister also made the promise during his statement that he made that should the fiscal space allow, in a time and again, they're going to get more, because he says the 300 is still too little bit. Definitely. So that they're going to ensure that they can raise it again once the fiscal space gives the amount of space that they're going to ensure that that's done.
Because I think eventually, I mean, next number of years and so once Grenada becomes, more strong and financially and so, hey, whoever government is in office next couple of years, man, this thing should go up to $600-700. But again, the government need to find the money and everything like that. And those persons, it's not that you're doing a favor, they deserve. They earn it, so we have to.
So that announcement, that's when that's when Senator Humphrey ran up to get the hug. So they will be receiving their payments. The pensioners will be receiving their payments. The Honorable Nicholas Steele, he would have said as of this month, those nurses that were under the Gren case program, they'll be taken into the service full time. Okay. There's also another issue he raised regarding nurses and so on. He also stated 3 ambulances are here already. That's the 2 that were purchased by government, the one that was donated by the gentleman in St. Patrick there, the doctor, and then 5 on order. I think we were saying that 5 were here and 3 on order, but it's the other way around. It's 3 here and 5 on order. So those 5 will be here within the year, which is going to ensure that Grenada has more ambulances than ever in their history. More operating ambulances than at any time in the history of Grenada. Yeah, that's what the new National Party government is doing. And the same Honorable Nicholas Steele they like to attack. Yeah, I mean, imagine people that couldn't get health care right. You couldn't get gauze, and they come in and talk about Nicholas Steele. And he's doing such a wonderful job. Let's say good morning to the Honorable Nicholas Steele, who is doing an excellent job. He also mentioned Honorable Nicholas Steele in his presentation. I know I kind of jumping from one presentation to the other. But the Honorable Nicholas Steele also mentioned in his presentation that they're looking at a July opening date for phase 2 of the General Hospital project. As at this stage, they are now getting together the equipment, because remember it's an emergency and diagnostic center. So you want to be able that if a person comes in there with a head injury, that you can do what needs to be done there and not have to send them to another facility and then wait until in the morning to find a doctor to hand him the paper to check and see what's going on. Yeah, by that time the person bleed to death or whatever, or they end up in a comatose state. So that it can be done at the accident and emergency center. So you're going to have that. That's going to be working along with all of the ambulances, the new set of ambulances we're going to have together with the existing fleet. So you could see a plan. Healthcare isn't where we want it to be yet. And it is said by the minister, it's said by the prime minister, it's said by all ministers, it's said by the party. Healthcare is not where we want to see it yet. It is a work in progress, but it's much better than it used to be.
And you know what the wonderful thing about it, you have a minister that's heading up the Ministry of Health that is an excellent manager, and that's what you need. Someone who can spearhead the process, ensure that things are implemented, because health is a nation's wealth. Understand? And really congratulations to Honorable Nicholas Steele and his team in the Ministry of Health for ensuring that the health situation in our country only becomes better as the day goes by.
So we have all of those achievements, and you see, some people come on 100 days is an American thing. This is a continuing government. You also had again the announcement. We heard it. I think Keisha mentioned it to us on Friday, but it came across again that Sandals have now agreed to do a second facility here in Grenada. So they're scouting right now for where to put the second facility. Already, they're employing over 500 Grenadians. I think about 300 plus in the hotel itself, then 120 or so at the call center. And Grenada's call center is being highly praised. It's being highly praised, especially that Sandals call center. They did a course recently with some youngsters again. So it's being highly praised. And now they're looking to do a second facility here in Grenada. So you never know. Sandals looking to see where they could get and do a nice thing. You never know. Yes, watch, I keep saying, if Sandals had to do a second facility, don't do it. If they could avoid it, don't do it down in town.
St. Patrick's in Marks. That's my...
The thing though is, if it's being done in St. Patrick, considering some of the clientele that Sandals usually gets coming in, you may have to reactivate Pearls Airport. Yeah, you may actually have to reactivate Pearls Airport.
Of course.
Because some of these people would, from time to time, you go down to Maurice Bishop International and you see some of these private aircraft there. And quite a few of these people are actually people that came there and they're staying at Sandals. Yeah? So you may, because other than that, they have to come into St. George, then you have to drive all the way up to St. Patrick with them.
Well, it's not all the way. The taxi men and the thing men, they will make some more extra money.
No, the extra money, all of that is nice. But the passenger may not really always enjoy a long drive. They talk about those sort of things. Ease of transfers between airport and the location and so. So with that, you may have to reactivate. If it's in St. Andrew or St. Patrick or so, you may have to reactivate something like, you may have to reactivate that, or at least have a helicopter service. Yeah, you put a helipad up there. Yeah, Sandals, put it in St. Patrick and buy a helipad.
That's the best. That's
you know, get two helicopter and do a shuttle service between the airport.
Sandals could twin with government and you know, create some, you know, come, hey, start that discussion.
We'll get some concession on the fuel.
Yeah.
We'll get some concession on the fuel and thing for the helicopter. So you could have a helicopter service between the south of the island and the north of the island.
Yeah. And not just for the hotel, but we could do it, I mean, generally.
And then people go enjoy that too. The flying and the scene, you understand? They go like that. It's a vibes.
Make a circle all through Caracou and come around. And that view, that scenery on the top, man.
We'll give you concession on the fuel based on the fact that if we have any emergency fishermen lost at sea, whatever, that you're going to lend us the helicopter to do it. So you understand? Let me negotiate the deal.
Plus emergencies and so in terms of getting persons from, you know, one place or another when it comes to health, you know. Hey, something had to work out. The discussion will commence.
Yeah. I say what? Just give me the job to negotiate the deal, man. I tell you what, we're getting two helicopters, they're bringing in the helicopters and thing, and we go do what we have to do. You understand? Nice, yeah. Just if you give them a concession on it,
service.
And they will be able to. You understand? Nice. But folks, let's take the phone line again, 4407377. So several things came out from the General Council yesterday. You also heard from the Minister with responsibility for Honorable Pamela Moses. I'm trying to remember the exact portfolio. It's under the Ministry of Education,
but I think
continuing education.
Continuing education, and that's part of our portfolio.
So that minister spoke about the center that's being set up in St. Patrick. And then there are also going to be other centers, other parts of the island. We have a caller online. Let me see if I get this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nah, that one gone. That one gone. We're going to try again in a little while, man. We're going to try again in a little while. Let me get something here. I want Devon to listen to something there right now. I want to see. I want that boy. Yeah. Let me see if I could find that.
Good morning.
No. What boy? Thing playing in the background there. Let me kill that. Right? Nice. We kill that there. Good. Let me see, Devon. I want to play something there for you. And you tell me what you have to say about that. Right? Nice. No, not that.
It is said
they have some paid operatives saying all kinds of things on the radio. They have one of them called Panames. We're going to deal with them in due time. I ain't going to say nothing about him today. But we got his file. He's on the radio making a set of noise. We got his file. And we will strip him naked in public. When the moment comes. I will say no more on that at this particular occasion. They have some paid operatives saying all kinds of things on the radio. They have one of them called Panames. We're going to deal with them in due time. I ain't going to say nothing about him today. But we got his file. He's on the radio making a set of noise. We got his file. And we will strip him naked in public. When the moment comes. I will say no more on that at this particular occasion.
Boo. Boo to you.
They could run their mouth on me. Run their mouth on me. Yeah, yo.
I'm standing still.
bring all the people to strip you.
That don't bother me. Chris, leave me alone, please. Leave me alone, Chris. All right. Hey, Brother Naz, I'm still standing, bro. I'm still standing. But hey, I can't say that about you, though. I can't say that about you, boss.
I'm looking for the press release by them, man. I can't find it, man. I can't find the press release, man.
Oh my God.
Zingo, what are you laughing at?
Hey.
Yeah. No, Mr. Watts, good morning. Good morning. Mr. Watts, Mr. Watts, killing himself laughing with you.
Boom to you, boss. That's all I can say.
No, but let me say this.
Standing.
Let me say this. In all decent political parties, when something of the nature has happened to the NDC happens, the political leader don't wait 3 and 4 months. They go the night.
Yeah, they go the night.
Yeah, they go on. They go the night. Like you see what the man up the road do there? We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning to you, Sheldon and Devon.
Good morning, my dear.
I was just listening to that clip you played there, and it seems as if the people that strip Naz in bulk in the public. Thank you very much.
Have a good morning.
Yeah, boy, you get stripped.
You see, when people like advantage, when they like to malign, and when they like to look down at people, see what has happened to them? I'm still standing, bro. Yeah. And I still have on my clothes, but you know, I didn't take chance, I just still walk with an extra jersey and sometimes I have pants and so in my bag. Because you never know. No, perhaps I could relax now, Sheldon. What do you think?
Nah, don't relax.
Don't relax? Nah, I ain't sitting down at all.
Can't sit down.
Can't sit down.
I
ain't taking no chance of them. Doc, I ain't sitting down at all. And make sure of that.
Let's go to the phone lines.
Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning, Devon. Good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning, my friend.
How everything?
Well, I'm good.
I see that, man. Still standing, man. Once you are the truth and speak the truth will always stand forever.
Definitely.
The truth will always stand. The Hamilton Government School, Nigeria Council. It was a successful meeting. A lot of information was given out. Ideas that came out in different groups, and it was very exciting. What we could do to help strengthen the village groups and the party. A lot of ideas came out. And what I like again, when the Prime Minister was speaking, when he spoke about from 1983 to 1995, they were receiving the pension.
No.
Okay, sir.
No, do not give wrong information. He did not say they're receiving the pension. He said they would receive their gratuity things. We said the proper things. Because yeah, man. He said that they're going to be getting their gratuity.
Yep.
Okay, but you can't do that. You can't listen to us in the background and talk to us on the radio. Nice. So yeah, let's go ahead. What's the matter with the live, man? Yeah, the live just gone there. What is this now? Huh? Let's see what we could sort that out and get right back on, because it seems as though the live has gone down. So let's see. Let me see what I could get here. Yeah.
They could run their mouth on me. Run their mouth, run their mouth on me. Yeah, yo. That don't bother me. I don't care about them. That don't bother me. That don't bother me. They call the cutlass to chop me. That don't bother me. They call the knife to stab me. That don't bother me. They take the bottle to fight me. That don't bother me. They come and they borrow me money. I left them in.
Yeah, Devon, you get stripped, boy.
When time to pay me,
You get real stripped. All right, yeah, it's back on.
they call the cutlass to chop me.
Devon gets stripped in public. Oh gosh, what's the matter? Okay, I think I know what's happening here. I think I know what's happening there. Bam. Right. Yeah, problem solved. I know what's happening. So I got it sorted out now. Facebook should not be interrupted again. Nice? Yeah. Devon, so yeah, man, we good to go there now. I know what's going on. Yeah, you get stripped, boy.
Yeah. But you know, that's a good thing, eh? The Lord God never leaves his children unprotected. Understand? And by the grace of God, I was protected. So who wanted to run them out on me and say all kinds of... By the way, you have a lawsuit coming for some of them too, and say all kind of thing about me and want to strip me naked and all kind of thing. Hey, look at that, I'm still standing.
A lot of them go pay for them out.
Yeah. A lot of them
feel they get away.
Yeah, they feel they get away.
A lot of them feel they get away.
But it's not...
Yeah. So yesterday was actually a very interesting day because from Dr. Mitchell announcing that the persons they're going to be pensioners, but they have to get their gratuity for between the years 1983 to 1985. They are going to get those gratuity payments at the end of July. The pensioners who were promised the additional payments, they're going to receive that by the end of July. Carnival looking nice for some people. Well, I know some of them ain't bothering with Carnival. They're using that for that. Yeah, they're going to do little house repairs. They're going to do... We're not talking about the people who get the additional $100. No, that can't do that. But the people who get any little gratuity, they'll be able to do a little something here and there. You know, some of them may have medical issues and so... And that's the thing, there are many people that have been for years. And Senator Humphrey says it. You hear it from the Prime Minister. For years, these people have been there and they worked for years with government. Then they come out of the government service and then you find a situation where they're sick and the state could only provide so much for them and they can't, because they don't have that source of income, they can't upkeep themselves as they're supposed to. Yeah, so now hopefully that payment will help some of them. That would be able to help some of them.
Long way.
Yeah, let me see. No. All right, yeah. 440-7377. That's 440-7377.
347-329-3101.
Yep, and I mess you again, stripping in public, but you're gonna get stripped naked in public.
I ain't gonna get stripped no more because the man who wanted to strip me, he gone anyway. I mean,
no, but the man wanted to.
We still friends.
He wanted to wear tight pants.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. As they say, the thing starts. And if the thing starts, I have to do like everybody else. I make you one promise, I won't be dyeing my hair. I'll put on the tight pants. I'll go dance if you want me to dance, but I'm not dyeing my hair.
Yeah. Also, not staying in office too. But they've gone from so bad to so worse. The move from Naz to Andal. From so bad to so worse. As acting leader until they have their convention. It's going to be an interesting convention.
Very interesting convention. A lot of melee involved.
Melee?
But you know, in my view, I think that's, just another ploy by the certain section within the organization to sort of divert attention for a couple of months from the real issue, the capability of Nazim Bok as a leader, because he will return, you know. In my view, he will return.
Do not be surprised. And I'm going to say this openly. Do not be surprised that at the convention of the NDC, they get together and ask him to come back as political leader. And he decides, yes, I'm going to come back. Because I don't see him throwing in the towel as easily as it's seeming that he has. I think that more than likely, you might see them asking him to come back.
Yeah, they will. I mean, they're setting the stage for that. Two things that would happen in the next convention, right? And I'm not surprising because, one, I don't think he's going anywhere. He's still a member of the party, and he made it clear that he's thing. And also, too, and they will think, but also look in the back for Uncle Tilly. You know, surprisingly, and so you found a lot of the core, right, of NDC calling for the return of Uncle Tilly. So you could see a scenario playing out there. But you know what? That's for them to decide. We can only share our views and give our thing. But hey, I'm just want them to get the house in order. Yeah. You know. Yeah.
But the thing is this. In my view, I'm not a member of the NDC, but I'll say it in my view. So therefore, I can speak openly on this. I'm not a member, so nobody can. I mean, I could talk on it. Yeah. He should have resigned election night.
Yeah, he should have.
He had a press conference. He had the opportunity. His party was basically eviscerated at the polls on that day. They had a lackluster showing even during the entire campaign, he should have resigned election night. Should not have placed his party into the position that it is in right now. Should have resigned election night. Right now, they should have been saying this is the date that we're going to have the convention to elect a new leader. He should have resigned the election. And not only that, the leadership, in my view, being handed to a two-time failure at the polls is just setting them up for the same situation that they've just been through in 2013 and 2018 again.
That's what I'm saying. It's just, in my view, it's just another ploy to basically take out the attention away from the leadership of that party, because Nazim Bok is not going anywhere. He is not going anywhere. The leadership of NDC still remains in the hand of Nazim Bok and at the back Tillman Thomas.
You take it, take it out from the hands of a two-time loser and hand it to another two-time loser. And I mean, in all decency, and I did hear Mr. Andal a few weeks ago trying to defend the right to remain as a candidate on behalf of the NDC after losing 2 times in a row. And I'm saying that, oh, well, Uncle Tilly didn't run how much time. And then, yeah, but look how Uncle Tilly's career ended. Look how Uncle Tilly's career ended. Yeah? And I don't know if that's how he wants his career to end. Because he's been part so far of 2-15-0. You've been part of 2-15-0. Yeah. You were part in 2013, you get. And in 2018, you get again.
Yeah.
And that's who you're going to hand your party to. Well, maybe they know something we don't know.
Uncle Tilly was part of the 15, getting 15 twice too, you know.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah, 99, yeah. And 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And then now let's take it from 2013 and bring it to 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know they hand a leader, they hand it to an acting leader who was part of it in 2013 and now 2018.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, the people who thought they could have gone on platform and just say anything about anybody.
Yeah.
Just go on platform and just open your mouth and talk.
Disrespecting people.
That is why I said before election that the only way you all would be going in the new parliament are in the visitors gallery. And so said, so done. Those says good motor. Analyze the situation.
You in a room in the visitors gallery.
Yeah, but analyze the situation so you knew that that is the only way they would end up in there. Yeah. So we're looking at the situation still. We're looking at it.
Sure. All I can say that our prayers are with you all. I mean, you all Grenadians, and we wish you all the best. You know, and so on. You know, hope that you put yourself in order.
Another political leader of the NDC from St. Patrick, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, second one. So the one in the east get the licks now, they're bringing one in the west.
They put that interim one in the west now.
But we don't know who's going to end up being the leader anyway. Might end up being Naz again. So
no, I mean, I just know. I know it's just a look. When you look at the surroundings, those who surround Naz in the executive over the last 3 or 4 years, right? They ain't going no way. They are persons that that he put there. He made sure that they were there. So when he's ready to make his pitch for a leader of the party, and so the structure is already there just to activate it. So he's not going anywhere.
It leads back into several things that we were talking about before the election. That we saw the move by Kennedy Roberts, and you realize he knew Naz was going down and things, so he make him move. So the Roberts brothers, they make their move. Yeah, so let's see who'll end up as the candidate for the NDC up there. That one is a difficult one to guess.
That one is a difficult one.
That's a difficult one to guess.
and not only, oh boy, I won't say that.
You wouldn't, I would. So tell me, I will say it. Yeah, that's. So we're looking at that, and I see Patsy saying something. That she say, and I'll want to take it because he's looking for the hat trick.
Yeah, he's looking for the hat trick.
He's looking for the hat trick.
And getting a hat trick is a historic thing, eh? He's not
looking for the hat trick, but I doubt it's with Patrick. I ain't feel Patrick going back in that. You might get a hat trick, but without Patrick. I really don't see Patrick going in. If he want to go for the hat trick, if Patrick want to go for the hat trick, he could go ahead. Yeah, he could go ahead. But I ain't seen that one. Brother.
But never a dull moment in the politics of Grenada, eh? And especially NDC. Over the last 15 to 20 years, you have seen so much dramatic changes and in my view instability within that organization. I mean, it goes way back right, as to around 1994, 93, 94, when when Nicholas Bradford showed the signs that he will not, and you see Alexis and Brizan and and all of that, and then he still continued.
Let's go to the phone line. Boss, you can't just start talking. You have to wait for us. Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, right. Yeah, now you could start. Yeah, because we answered the call, but we had you on hold. Go ahead now.
Yeah, our devil has to do work with some clothes in a bag.
Always. We ain't taking
when
chance.
you look preparing for nowhere to strip you as Nazimok happened with Nazimok. They strip him and naked. Right? I want to say, when you prepare, it must never reach bad for people. And as a leader, Brother Devon and Sheldon, you must never encourage people to disrespect leaders. Never encourage people to disrespect leaders, senior citizens. Because he encouraged his supporter to disrespect the Prime Minister, disrespect all people in NDC, and disrespected everyone. Now he resigned from the party. He hear any comment that people making about he. They just saying what you sow, you reap. Right? And I do believe everyone should have respect for one another. But when you sow hatred, right, you reap it. Right? And he's encouraged people to disrespect leaders, and he repeat the benefit of it. What he encouraged people to do. Right? And I don't believe it's right. But as a leader, you should encourage people to have respect for one another. And when you encourage people to have respect for one another, you get back that in return. Right? Because listening to the comment that people making about he is not good. But then that's what he encouraged people to do. So you get back in return. And for Brother Devon and Sheldon, you're not afraid for Devon again. Devon no more be stripped again. Right? Devon, you want to God bless you.
I ain't saying no. I ain't saying no. Well, I watching tactics and strategy.
Exactly.
And I will not be surprised. Remember saying it today. I will not be surprised if at the NDC convention later this year, that the same person is returned as political leader. That Nazim Victor Burke is returned as political leader of the NDC. I will not be surprised. Because I didn't hear him say that he's not willing if they ask him.
No.
I didn't hear him say that.
He said the delegates, the people will decide. But you see, knowing the gentleman, as I know him from way back in the 70s, he loves power. He loves to be in the spotlight. And in my view, he's just preparing to get the feel of the people to make his move. He's not going anywhere. Who knows him will tell you the same thing that I have to say. It will be amazing, to see him stay out of that. And I said, only how he'll do that is if he pick up job opportunities somewhere else, as they say, greener pastures and whatever and thing. But as long as
you hear the terminology, greener pastures.
Greener, well, that's the only how he goes.
But let me just
greener pastures he has to go.
No, but let me just make sure people understand something.
Yes, not the Green Party.
Hold on. No, let me just make sure people understand something. We have our Nazim already.
Yes.
We have our Nazim already as a Nazim Benjamin.
Not Nazim Burke.
He's from the northeast as well.
Yes.
Right?
All them Nazim like in the
his surname starts with a B.
Yeah.
But we have our Nazim already. Okay? One is good enough. We good. We okay. All right? So greener pastures,
greener pastures, yes, but not the
but
green.
He did say this morning that he won't be leaving the island or anything like that. He'll be around.
No, he's not.
He's not retired from politics. Unlike Frundle Stewart, when he got his licks in Barbados, he retired from politics. He retired from parliament. He retired from everything. He ain't running again. He ain't want to do politics. He retired. He done with that.
Not Venus in Burke. Knowing the gentleman, he loves to be in the spotlight. He loves power. So according to him, he's just taking a sabbatical.
A sabbatical?
Yes, a sabbatical. Just going, taking a song around. And so by the end of this year, two things that will happen with NDC. One, Nazim Burke will return as a political leader, or former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas will be reinstated as the leader of the
So
NDC.
You think it's Tillman?
I'm going either way. Because at this point in time, no one has stepped up. No one within their fray, within that grouping, can take that task and take that party and run with it and create that impact. There are only two persons, in my view. One, he likes to make a lot of noise. That's Nazim Burke. And two, Uncle Tilly, who has the experience, has been the prime minister, so the sympathy is there, right? I mean, with the supporters. But
what about Dum Dum for leader?
Ooh.
Devon, you can't go quiet. There's radio you on.
No
Dum Dum for leader.
No comment. Comment on that one.
No, because it seems as though he's the leader right now anyway.
Totally struck.
It seems as though he's the leader right now.
And he has put out, he rolled out his plan this morning.
All of them could only talk and all kind of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Dum Dum not in charge.
Yeah, Dum Dum not in charge. Dum control 80% of what remains of NDC supporters and everything like that. He has them where he wants them, right? He has them, he continue creating fronts to incite, in my view, violence, right, against against other people. He continues to encourage them to disrespect our leaders and everything like that, and says things that make no sense. But hey, that's who they look towards for their energy. All good for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's who in charge. But the other thing is that I think this is one of what should be several resignations. Each of the candidates that have ran 2 times successively and lost in any decent political party would have resigned.
Which is about 9 or 10 of them,
So would have resigned. We could check, you know.
Yeah.
Dr. St. Patrick, Andal. Dr. St. John, Dr. George Vincent.
Yes.
St. George Northwest, Ali Dowden. Thomas St. George Galway. South St. George Galway. St. George Southeast is ticklish because yes, they ran twice and lost, but 2 different constituencies. So that one is ticklish. St. David, Persuader couldn't persuade anybody.
No, you can't persuade nobody.
You look at St. Andrew and the St. Andrew
Southeast
3. So Southeast, Patrick Simmons.
Northwest.
Southwest.
Southwest.
Sylvester Corliss.
And Northeast.
Northeast.
Yeah.
Terry Hiller. Yeah. So when you look at the map, it's quite a few of them that should actually have tendered their resignations since election night. You shouldn't be waiting. I don't know what you're waiting on. What are you waiting on? For some votes to be recounted and all kind of thing, or somebody find a ballot box out in space?
Yeah,
no, you lose. They don't want you. Bye-bye.
There is room for...
Some of you lost by larger margins than you lost the last time.
Yeah, the margin increased. but you know the thing is...
For instance, Terry Hiller.
Yeah, well, I mean...
By much more. Yeah.
You know, the thing is that when you look at the NDC, National Democratic Congress, in terms of their leader, I mean, in my view, there's no pool of persons, leadership within that organization presently that you could really choose from to lead.
Unlike the new National Party.
Or Grenada, yeah.
When you look at the new National Party, you have several persons that should Dr. Mitchell, and when he does decide that he's calling it a day, there's several persons. I ain't going and call name. Yeah. Because then all they go say, I back in this one and I back in that one and all, and that is what you're waiting for. Not me. What I will say is that when the time comes within the new National Party, there isn't the problem of, oh gosh, who we go find? Yeah. There's the issue of you have several people, so let's make a proper selection from the several people that we have.
We have choices.
Yeah. We have choices, male and female.
Male and female.
So we have choices.
Yeah.
And any one of them could handle it. So when the time comes, because I was hearing this nonsense by Dum Dum earlier about, they would like to see something. Why should Dr. Mitchell resign? The man is the most successful politician in the history of politics in the Caribbean. No politician in the Caribbean could say they have been as successful as he has been. None. Zero. Zilch. Zot. In the democratic system can say they've been as successful as he has been politically. Even in the Commonwealth, if you look throughout the Commonwealth, you still cannot find anybody comparable to what he has been able to achieve. 3-15 zip. 3. Nobody, most countries never even get 1. But he's been able to do it 3 times, once from opposition, twice from government, and 1 back-to-back. It's going to be a long, long, cold day in hell before someone is able to touch that record. Yeah? But he's been able to do it. So if you look at that, why should he resign? What, the economy failing? No. In fact, construction in Grenada has increased by 40%. 40%. In 2017, when we were rated as one of the highest, I think the third highest or second highest, fastest growing economy in the region, construction was at 18%. You had 18% growth in the construction industry. So I'm waiting to see what happens with us now, because construction's growth is at 40% for construction growth. And the countries we're being compared to are the countries that were hit by hurricanes and therefore need a lot of construction. So in Dominica, you would have a serious increase in construction, because Dominica really get hit bad with a hurricane last year. They get level. So there would be increased construction there. In Antigua, Barbuda, particularly the island of Barbuda, it would mean that they need building materials and construction people would be involved, and plumbers and electricians and so on. So there'll be increase in building and so, but we were not hit with a hurricane. This is just development itself taking place. And also, Prime Minister made the point yesterday that when it comes to our housing stock, we may not have the best housing stock, but it is seen as Grenada being the most reasonable, the size house that you could get in Grenada at a particular price, a reasonable price. What might cost you 500,000 US in another territory would cost you 200,000 US here. And you might be talking about a house that even have a pool and everything, a nice house. Yeah? So that Grenada's housing stock is seen as a lot better and a lot more reasonable than other countries. And when you talk about cheap here, you're talking about cheap in as the cost, not the quality of what we have here.
Yeah, we have excellent quality, good quality.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the housing stock, especially after Ivan, we build back better, much better than how we were. You understand? I mean, we build house that could definitely withstand, I mean, different categories of hurricanes. Even the wooden houses that were built were reinforced to ensure that, look, we're not, caught unprepared.
I've seen a statement here from NNP all the way. They said Dum Dum was thrown under the bus this morning by Nazim Burke. Dum Dum said Naz has jobs knocking on his door and that he does not need politics to survive in this country. An hour later, Nazim called to clear the air, say he has no jobs lined up outside and he's not leaving Grenada. Well,
oops.
That's Dum Dum for you.
Yeah, you like to run him out so much.
That's Dum Dum for you.
No, nothing factual.
Mm-hmm. But as I said, several of them should resign. It shouldn't be just be Naz. It should be a slew of resignation should have already went into the main office there.
Well, you see, I'll tell you what, there's no need for a slew of them to resign. The leader, I mean, yes, you expect that. But those who are candidates and so they'll just fade away in the thin air. You understand? I mean, they won't really make no big hoorah and so on. Oh, morning, Miss Franca Bernadine. How you doing? I've seen Miss Bernadine on Friday, and she looks good.
Guys, my friend and all.
Yes, she looks good. Good morning to you, ma'am.
Yo, don't get top between me and Mrs. Franca Alexis Bernadine. I'm a friend. All right, okay. Nice. No, a little like her, a little in that party, a little like her. Right. Yeah, but that's my friend.
But that's, that's how we go.
It's my friend.
So,
she couldn't beat my boy, and I mean, I would not let her beat my boy. I mean, nothing, but
she couldn't beat our
time
boys.
to relax. Hang with the children and take time to relax.
Boy. She goes so.
At this age, relax. Just forget that. Go and relax.
She tried with the Man of Steel. She got a whooping. She go by the Lion himself. Oh my God, Lion Rona. So hey. But hey, to all you supporters of NDC, I really hope all the best for you and your political organization.
How come Camille and call and tell us we're giving them too much advice?
No, Camille perhaps a little bit under the weather.
Camille probably watching football.
Yeah, or watching football.
Yeah, Brazil versus Mexico at halftime, it's 0-0.
0-0 still? Come on,
0-0.
Brazil, I mean.
Yeah, Brazil. Yeah, Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil. And we have seen some upsets in that. But that's a game of football, right? When the game to be the best team is the team that perform on the day.
Anyhow, you look at it, a giant will fall today.
Oh, God, definitely.
A giant will fall today, be it Brazil or be it Mexico. Yeah. What do you mean a South American giant? So you're trying to say Brazil will lose because Mexico is North America?
No, what? Mexico is not North America.
Mexico is North America.
No.
Why Mexico is North America?
We go argue
It might
that,
even
but-
it might even pass as Central America, but it can't pass as South America.
No, I'm South America. No, but it's not North America.
But that part of North America, boy. Don't study them. It attach. You right there. How you think them people just cross the border into the United States? Because part of the border is in North America. That's what they could pass over.
Well, I won't say that. The steel part of Mexico.
But the whole of
And-
Texas used to be part of Mexico.
Well, that was Mexico. That's Mexico's ground.
Yeah.
You understand? So I mean, and now they're trying to bar people from
them
walking
Aztec
their
and-
own place.
Was them Aztec and them used to be
Yeah.
running across the
Imagine that. And the people can't go in their own place, where their ancestors and so think you want to pay a billion wall or kind of thing. But anyhow,
stop that talk, because you know what will happen there. Next thing some Caribs come back and you had to go.
Nah, I ain't go. Now you coexist.
Let's say a special good morning to our lovely lady in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Miss Lakeisha Alexander Grant. Let's say a special good morning to her. Also, yesterday, we had a wonderful presentation by the Minister of Housing. Yeah? Let me just say good morning there.
Honorable Delma Thomas.
Yeah, the Honorable Delma Thomas, and she was clarifying the qualifications for materials under the housing program and so. And she was giving some clarity in relation to some of the other issues. I'm sorry we don't have the audios together. Let me see what my friend is saying here. Oh, yeah. Philo will start officially on Wednesday. So Philomena Robinson, she'll start officially, not today, officially on Wednesday. So Keisha wrong still.
40 years, so Keisha
Yeah.
wrong still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, she did say that, She'll be there holding on until Philomena settles down. And
So I mean, if I call PMO right now, if I call
Right
PMO
now.
press secretary, you know who again?
Yes.
Again Keisha.
Yes, again Keisha.
Again Keisha.
And
So if I call.
she waiting, Just
Yeah,
in
yeah,
case,
yeah.
Just in case she had to clarify
Oh,
anything.
and Prime Minister leaves the island this afternoon, folks.
Yeah.
Prime Minister will be leaving the island this afternoon, heading to Jamaica for the heads of government meeting. Yeah.
Accompanied by the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Yeah, that's the thing. Naz wish she could have been doing that.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, that's why he resigned. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Hello.
Morning. We're hearing you. Go right ahead.
How are you doing?
Hey, we're good.
Was it ever happened in the history of the Caribbean that a leader who resigned or the former prime minister, they come back and reign and be successful?
I think
If we've known of,
Yeah.
no,
That is, or if it's good for politics, because
I haven't heard the question.
I say, did it ever happen,
Mhm.
right, in the Caribbean politics that the former leader resign or a former prime minister come back or been recalled and make a difference, and the party take a good reign, come back and maybe reign as a government or so?
Yes. John Compton, St. Lucia.
all
But the difference-
politics. We talk about
No, but you
politics.
see, that's you asked a question and the answer is yes. In St. Lucia, it did happen that John Compton.
Politician then and
Oh
now
yeah,
it's-
you asked a question, so let me answer it.
Yeah.
Right, John Compton was the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. He had resigned, and his UWP party went into opposition, from which it seemed they could not come out. He came back as political leader of the party. He was also one of the founding fathers of St. Lucia, as it is. And he was able to bring the party back into office, but the exertion of that also killed him.
Yeah. But you see, Sheldon, we look at John Compton, we look at them using the Charles and the former politicians of the Caribbean then were they were more politicians than politicians today. I mean, I had on a couple of occasions discussion with Mr. Ventu, the person who rewrote our constitution, the new constitution, and his was like, we will have politicians in the Caribbean, but the leaders be falling far short. Yeah, leadership is more is like leaders are born. Yeah,
But you have to remember, we're countries with 100,000. The countries in the Caribbean with the most people are probably Trinidad with around 2 million, 1 point something million, not even 2 million, good. Jamaica with over 2 million. If you're speaking English speaking Caribbean, if you're talking Cuba, then you're talking a couple million as well, and Haiti and thing. But most of the islands are just 100,000, 200,000 people. So the resource pool is very small when you're talking about leadership.
Yeah, leadership. And even today, we see in Grenada, after Dr. Mitchell, look around. As a real politician and a leader, you may not come up with an immediate answer. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, you see, too,
no, I think you could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see,
because look at it back in time, politicians, and you look at it today. Dr. Mitchell could fit in those shoes, but honestly, we know there's no one around. There's no one around. Like, we could just call immediately. Yes, there will be probably some coaching being done in the back door, right? But it's very sad. It is very, very sad, you know.
No,
so if you want to call back somebody, old politician, still the future of the party, because you want to go forward. Look at the pages, how the NNP pages turning towards the new politician that's coming in, and they are being nicely fit in as the older heads go out. But we're not seeing that happening with the NDC.
That's good for them.
We're not seeing that happening. That is why NNP is solid. It's very, very solid. You know, and only they alone could answer the question why that is not happening to their party.
Well, I could help you answer that. Selfishness.
You know, what I would say is that apart from Brazil's score, I cannot do two things at the same time.
Brazil score,
but outside of that, Neymar score.
Hey.
Right. So outside of that, now the thing is, there is by the NDC a move to bring youth into the party, but it is not a move because they actually believe in young people, or that they think that young people are good for the party and so on. They realize that the last two elections, the New National Party has won with a significant number of the youth vote. So therefore, what they're doing is what you call tokenism. You go and you get some young people to say that you have some young people. They go and they get two women to say that we have women. They're just doing things in a token kind of way. That's why they would go and they would put somebody like Ali, a young fella, who I believe had some potential, but they'd go and they'd put him to run against Dr. Mitchell, a sure defeat.
And twice, not
so
one.
So they know that the guy is going to get licks.
You may play around with it, but you see, at the end of the day, we're talking about long, because you and we are here today. Tomorrow, we will go on, you know? So the future has to be established. And if we say, look, I'm going to be here for 100 years, that is impossible. You understand? We have to look forward. After 30, 40, 50, 60 years, you have to go. Somebody else has to take this spotlight. And
no, that's understood. That's understood, and you would see that there is succession planning within the New National Party.
I mean,
if you're politically astute enough to understand, you would see that there are moves that are being made, for the future of the party to be secured. Because the New National Party is... hello? Yeah, because I'm saying the New National Party is not just a political party, it's an institution. Yeah? So you're seeing youngsters come into the party like Kate Skeeter-Lewis. Kate is just roughly around 34 years old. Yeah? Even if she decides to give 20 years service to politics in Grenada, run her 4 times or so, it would mean that she is just 50 years or so, 50-something years old. When she's retiring from politics, not even 60, you know, still a young person in her 50s.
Kindra Matthew Stewart also.
Again, in her 30s, Kindra in her 30s again. So if she decides she's giving 20 years, it's still in their 50s that they're leaving. So there is succession planning. And also you see, even when you look at the Senate, because I see the NDC speaking about, they're so interested in youth. They sent their young people and them there. Yes, right. But they didn't force the New National Party to do that. The New National Party has constantly been... I went in the Senate in my 30s. So did Dwight Horsford. Devon Roche was there at 22. Yeah? Richard Macfield was there in his 30s. Tobias Clement was there. I think he was in his 20s when he went into the Senate and so. So it is not like the New National Party. Emmeline Pierre, I think she was in her 20s. 20s or early 30s.
Early 30s, yeah.
She would have been in her late 20s. So it's not a first-time thing for the NNP.
You know, even at the lower level of the party, that the young ones are coming, like a coach, sort of coaching and, being done, but we're not seeing, and so, I mean, God knows. We still have to hope for the best, if you're calling back somebody who elderly people, it doesn't make any sense. That means showing that people don't have interest in your party. So if you're going to go back there so much, I don't think that would be the right decision. I don't know. You have better opinions than I do, in a sense. Looking at politics,
do have better
you are deeply involved,
All right, my brother.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have seen it. I have seen, according to the initial question, it did happen in Saint Lucia. But then you have to understand that John Compton was not a man that used to lose. he didn't used to lose elections. Yeah, and he was also, like, I think, the father of independence, if not the father of independence, he was one of the people around at the time of independence, and so there was this affinity to him. It's like if Sir Eric Matthew Gary was still around, there's still some people that come in and vote for him because it's Sir Eric Matthew Gary. Yeah.
Even in Barbados, Owen Arthur tried to make a comeback.
After he had demitted office, after they lost the election, he demitted office. He was leader of the opposition. Then he was replaced as leader of the opposition by Mia Amor Motley. And then he took back over as leader of the opposition to lead the party into the election before this one, which they lost. And that was the end of him. Yeah, he didn't run this time at all.
Yeah, so it's just...
My view was a wrong movie made. He should have never do that. If he had allowed Mia to hand the scenes the last time, they would have been in office since then. But, say what?
Well, I think perhaps he just was giving her more time to consolidate. So now she's
giving her more time to consolidate. I have another view on that too. Should I never do it?
But at this point in time too, it's a sort of nice opportunity for politicians or even other political parties, in my view, to raise their head in Grenada.
Yeah, I know. I had mentioned earlier the Honorable Delma Thomas, and she had been speaking about the qualifications for the housing program. Like, for instance, the combined salary must be under $1,200 for the home and all those sort of things. And one or two other areas. What we will do, we don't have it in front of us now, but we'll play, during this week, we'll play what she said. Because there are many persons who, either if it's the housing program, or it's one of the other programs like SEED or so, they might see somebody else receiving. They don't really know the person's situation. Can I tell you something? Many of us see people, we do not know their true situation. We make assumptions. Yeah? And there's something to say about assumptions I can't say on air. But we make assumptions. Is that something Nazim used to say all the time, but he stopped saying it now. Yeah, assumptions. Because I've known several times, for instance, that people have come to me. Me personally, they've come to me and they've said, Sheldon, there's this person A, that's in the Imani program. That person isn't going out to work and they're collecting money every month. And when you investigate, the person may give that impression, They may go wrong and tell people, I don't bother me tell you, I just collect my money every month. But when you check, there is no payment going to that person. They just give people that to hold. They may be making the money somewhere else. Some relative might be sending a little change for them. So they're getting money, yes, but not from the government of Grenada. But they give people that to hold. They say, don't worry, I under money, I get my money every month. But people now are under the impression that, hey, there's a person that's under the program getting money every month and they're not doing anything for it and it's unfair. There are people who might watch people and find, well, okay, this person has A, B, and C, and this person is getting material assistance, or this person is getting assistance under one of the social programs, and I'm in a worse situation than them and I'm not getting. But they don't know. I've seen people living in some big house and all they're eating every day is bread and they can't even afford cheese. It's butter. They have to take the butter and spread, and they just warm some water with some sugar. Because out of shame, they wouldn't come out and say that they don't have. They might have one of the biggest houses in the village, but it might be the impression that they have a lot. You might be very, 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 very surprised. Very, very surprised to realize that there are a lot of people that you may think that don't really have, So when you see them getting assistance under one of the programs and so, you do not really know, because you are not the ones that collecting the money, so you don't know if it's government giving them the money or if it's some relative giving them the money. That's the first thing. The second thing is you don't really know their financial standing to know if they should or they shouldn't get material assistance or so. Yeah, but there are many people that make statements and all kind of thing, and then they want to vex with you because they say this one get in and I don't get in, or that one get in and I don't get in. But Minister Thomas cleared up a lot of that yesterday, so I'm going to try to get her audio. Mr. Technical Man, you could give me her audio? Right, so we'll get her audio in a few minutes so that we'll be able to let you hear what she had to say about that entire thing, all right? 440-7377, that's 440-7377. And to those of you that kind of joined late, we just had to remind you all about this one, yeah? We just need to remind you all about this one.
They have some paid operatives saying all kinds of things on the radio. There are one of them called Panames. We're going to deal with them in due time. I ain't going to say nothing about him today. But we got his file. We got his file. He's on the radio making a set of noise. We got his file. And we will strip him naked in public. We will strip him naked in public when the moment comes. I will say no more on that at this particular occasion.
They could run their mouth on me. Run their mouth, run their mouth on me. Yeah, yo. That don't bother me. I don't care about them. That don't bother me. That don't bother me. They take out the cutlass to chop me. That don't bother me. Take out the knife to stab me. That don't bother me. They'll take the bottle to fight me. That don't bother me. They come and they borrow me.
Yeah, you never get good news here. Tears come to your eye, boy. No, not Brazil score again. Nah, not that. Brazil still on one. Yeah, yeah, Brazil still on one. As far as I see the update, I see, yeah, that look like Brazil still on one day. We're looking to see what we're on day. But a giant will fall today, eh?
They're walking. I don't care what they're talking. Some of them will say I'm rich. Some of them will say I switch.
Yeah, that nobody. You see that one look like he bothered? He wasn't bothered, he was careful, so he used to walk with extra clothes.
Yeah.
And plus, he put a little clothes down here, yeah, a little clothes all over. So in case he get hole and they take his bag too, all he could do is just get somebody to lend him a little call. If they go with his phone, yeah, and whoever go with his phone and go bring it back, eh?
Yeah. And
that was nice.
Yeah, and go on Friday evening, right, around after 5, rest my phone down and go right by the new bridge, not the one in the tongue itself, but the one going towards the Florida side.
Yeah.
Right there. And
gone.
Yeah, before I turn back, it's gone. So hey, anybody who has that phone, please, I'm begging you. Understand?
Yeah. You know, one of the most disgusting things to me, Mr. Technical Man, you can't get just that part where she was talking about the qualification for the housing program for us. Because if I play the whole 9 minutes now, that means we only have about a few minutes after that for the program. Yeah. Huh? You will bring it to 11:30. You will bring me to 11:30. Okay, so we're gonna play the audio. We will play the audio now. Let me just save it here. Make sure I save that. Wait, I want to save it there. Nice. I'll save it there. Right, nice. Right. So I'll play that now. Right? So folks, we're gonna play that presentation by the Honorable Delma Thomas from yesterday. And I'm playing it because I think it's important that some people hear what was said.
Very important.
It's important that some people hear what was said. Yeah? When it comes to the housing program and other programs under the government of Grenada, because there's the impression by some people that once it's there, they must get. You know, they must get. And then they upset with you if they don't get and that sort of thing. But before we go to that, just a reminder, whoever take Devon phone, bring it back. I find it to be one of the most disgusting things to find a phone that has been lost and keep it. Stealing it is a totally different something. I would bring back flogging just for that. If I had to bring back flogging for anything, would be for stealing people's phone. Because here's what. It could be a situation, that person usually has a lot of information on that.
All my information.
Important phone numbers of family members, locally, regionally, internationally. Friends, locally, regionally, internationally. They may have photos of their children and so on there. even of family members that may have gone to the great beyond, and you decide that you're going to steal their memories, steal their information, and just keep it. One of the most disgusting things to me, and I think some of the most disgusting people, are people that find people's cell phone and keep it. I can think of hardly anything else that disgusts me more.
And it's just, and the thing is, immediately about what, between 5 to 15 minutes, call back that phone, and it was, I mean, and anybody who find that phone, it's a Samsung, right? It's a dual SIM, and it's very important to me. Anybody, you understand? Who finds that phone,
they must flog them.
Yeah, and you know,
they must flog them.
Get in touch.
These people must be flogged.
Get in touch with Hard Talk 440-7377. Hey,
if you find it, you could bring it to a radio station. Yeah. You could bring it over to you could bring it to in fact bring it to the police station.
Yeah, and just, you know.
Yeah, bring it to the police station. Officers, we found a phone. But no, you decide you keep it. Hey, I get a new phone, boy, and you keep the phone.
Call back
That's
that
disgusting.
Phone, call back the phone, both SIMs, and poops, it's off.
They take it off.
They take it off one time.
So that's a thief.
That phone has
we have space in Richmond Hill.
And you know, one of the things too that really bugged me, I lost my nephew just 2 days before, and within that couple of days and so, I was in contact with most of his uncles and his aunts in America, and so
now communication dropped.
Now communicate. Right now, I don't myself.
But see the disgusting thing.
Yeah.
Suppose you steal somebody's phone, and they have a family member that ill and trying to get to them, and the phone ringing, and you just pull the SIM. That's the most disgusting thing. Yeah. Anybody who's guilty of that, I just find you to be a disgusting individual. I make no apologies for that. No apologies. So let's play this audio from the Honorable Delma Thomas, and then we'll come right back to you.
Of the head table, members of the executive, my fellow brothers and sisters, a pleasant good afternoon to every one of you. Let me say how happy I am to be here after our historical victory of 15-0. Let me, at this point, commend the constituency of St. Andrews Northwest, and I also want to commend the youth arm within the constituency for the hard work and dedication. And even now, after the last general election, when nothing is not really happening for them yet, they took from their pockets to go in every school and give a child who passed the CPEA exam monetary contribution. So every function I turn up in, every graduation, I'm seeing a different member of my youth arm providing monetary assistance. I say to you, thank you, and I'm so proud of you. Housing. Every member of parliament will say to you that every time we go to our offices, 90% of the people who come looking for assistance is the assistance of housing. Within the Ministry of Social Development and Housing and Community Empowerment, we do have a house repair program. So I want to stress that, because one of the things I've seen in recent time, everybody looking for a house. So 19-year-old and 18-year-old and 20-year-old saying that mommy and I not going on well, so I'm looking for a house. So I want to say to you that the program under the ministry is not to build houses. In cases of fire or other elderly citizens, very rare cases, we will build a house, and very small houses. So I want to also speak of that particular issue, because one of the issues we have is that you may come for assistance. You came with an estimate for $6,000, because that's what we give, or sometimes we go a little 6 over according to the condition of the house. So we give you the $6,000 and you go and start building a brand new structure. And it seems like the government is not doing anything, because you have this big structure, half is missing, no windows and no doors, and we are getting blamed. So I want to say to you that the program we have is a house repair program. I also want to stress that there are criterion for the program. So not because you voted for the NNP last election or you work for the NNP, you are qualified. So some of you who are here today clapping and might stop clap because sometimes you're not qualified. You see, once you're getting over $1,200, you are not qualified. The program is aimed at assisting vulnerable families, not NNPites. So not because you will keep moving and you campaign for the NNP, it means that you are qualified. So there might be somebody who was campaigning for the NDC, but their household is in real dire need of assistance, and you would agree, brothers and sisters, that we are supposed to assist them. So do not say to us that I see you going by the NDC, but they didn't vote for us. We are in government, and government has a responsibility to provide for all Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So we will continue to provide housing assistance. There's another issue I want to raise before I leave housing. Many of you got assistance in our last tenure in office, but you believe that we are back in office again, so you come back again looking for our next $6,000. You are not qualified again because there are hundreds of persons waiting for assistance. So we have to look at our neighbors also, not only ourselves. So when you come to us, we will say to you, our record shows that you have already received, and therefore we are assisting persons who have not received any assistance as yet. We also have the Chinese housing scheme in different areas, and you know it's not only building houses, but they will also provide employment opportunities within the different areas. So we will be collecting names and give to the contractors. So we'll have houses in St. Patrick's, houses in St. Mark's, in St. George's, also in our sister island of Carriacou and St. David's. So the project is running smoothly at this time. Oh, somebody is saying that the house repair program, when we give you the assistance, we expect you to pay back some small amount, because we know many of you who are receiving are not working. But when you have little money, whether $20 or $30, you can pay back so other families can get assistance. We will be reviewing the housing program under the Housing Authority, and very soon you will know how we are moving forward in terms of the loan program where people get $15,000. Brothers and sisters, we have a number of initiatives. In the housing program, what we did as a government, we examined what took place before, our strengths and our weaknesses. And one of our weaknesses was that we're giving material to families, however, they were unable to rebuild for themselves, and the material either stay under the house or they sold it. So what we have done is implement a work brigade in every constituency. So when we give you the material, the work brigade will put it up for you. Yeah? And this is for those who cannot afford and who does not have the ability to do for themselves. Brothers and sisters, we have a number of programs, and I want to speak widely, not only under social development, because there are some programs which is under the Prime Minister Ministry. For example, the voucher assistance. We are providing assistance, back to school assistance for needy families, of uniforms, school bags and exercise book. But the school book program under the Ministry of Education is very well on stream. Because sometimes we hear, and some of us we hear that the school book program has been cancelled. Every year, this government, for the last 5 years, and even this year, we have been buying new books for the school book program. So let no principal or no teachers for political reason tell you there's no school book program. We continue the school book program, but we are saying for those who are unable to buy books. If you can afford, we expect you to buy books for your children. We are providing for the vulnerable families. Brothers and sisters, we also have a tuition assistance program for TAMCC, UE, or other tertiary education for our vulnerable families. So we give assistance for TAMCC under the Prime Minister office. And these programs are for families who are unable to provide. So because you voted for NNP doesn't mean you will qualify. there are also criteria for that program. We also provide other assistance, medical assistance under the Prime Minister's ministry, and a number of other assistance. We also assist in paying for CXC. So if you are unemployed and you are unable to pay for CXC, we provide for you under the Prime Minister ministry. If you have to do a brain scan and you're not working and you're unable to do it under the Needy Assistance Program, we can assist you. So you need to know what the programs are. And we will, in our new office structure, provide information. So when you walk in, you can walk out with a flyer that you can share with members of the community. So we are giving you all this information so that you can go back into your different villages and spread the good news, because we are hearing that nothing is happening. And you would appreciate, brothers and sisters, we have not got into power office for the second time very long. And we have to review, because in fact, when you discuss here this afternoon, you identify some of the weaknesses. And you would agree that we must correct the weaknesses if we have to come back to you 5 years from now asking for your support. So we have spent time. In fact, we just had a retreat just last week. We have spent weeks putting things together to ensure that we can serve you better. So in every constituency, you will be served better in this dispensation. Brothers and sisters, we love you very much. We look forward to continue working along with you. We look forward to providing employment opportunities for you. We look forward for you to working along, not only with those who supported NNP, but for every brother and sister who need our assistance. I thank you.
It is said that education is the key to success. The Grenada Development Bank believes this to be the truth. Hence the reason we have made it our prerogative to ensure that your key is in safe hands with us. Here is how you can unlock your success with an education loan from the GDB. We offer you 3 loan options. We've got our regular student loan, our work-study student loan, and our special student loan. Our regular student loan is for persons who wish to pursue full-time tertiary level education. If you are a permanent employee who wish to study while continuing your employment, then our work-study loan is for you. Our special student loan is in collaboration with the government of Grenada, geared towards vulnerable persons who would like to pursue higher level education. Remember, you must have proof of admission from a recognized institution here at home or abroad. All our loans are 100% financing with interest rates as low as 5%. Get your funding from GDB today for your tertiary level education, your technical training or vocational training, even professional development, with up to 12 years to repay. Your future success is today. Grab it now.
For over 2 decades, Grenada has...
Yes, indeed. Yeah, folks. So you heard it directly from the Honorable Minister. Minister Delma, that is why we love you so. Yeah. Our partner, Secure, give us a call. That is why we love you so. Yeah, you say it straight as it is, because that is what happening, you know?
Yeah.
You have people that come into you and they're saying they want a house. You have some teenagers. You're talking about people here, 18, 19 years old. They go to the minister, I need a house. I need a house of my own. And after they come and they say they need a house of their own, they're saying, oh, we need a house of our own, but because me and mommy can't go down. Exactly. Every 2 minutes we quarreling and that kind of thing. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Gentlemen, pleasant morning to you all.
But watch, why you leave? You hate to hear us talk about Miss Delma?
Well, listen, I called to find out if we call a snap election.
You find somebody to be saying there?
Devon, I'm not telling you what Mr. Scott is saying, but what I find is that I find you just be either you're hiding or you're missing in a lot of avenues, so to speak. Yeah. No, Devon, let me tell you about Mr. Scott. I watched Mr. Scott good yesterday. He taking pictures of everybody. Apparently, I am too ugly for the camera.
Oh, God, don't say that now, man.
Okay, no, let me get to business here. First of all, you know, in the last election, the NNP say, let's keep moving. Now the NDC is saying, let's keep resigning. No, also, this one is street people say. Street people say they approach Mr. Ruggles Ferguson and Mr. Teddy St. Louis for leadership. Both of them turned them down.
Of course.
That was street people say. So sometimes there is no facts to it because you know people on the street don't say anything. No, Mr. Scott, I don't know if you could elaborate on that. I understand there is some plans for NULO to become a day and night institute.
For NULO?
Yeah.
I can't say that I know of that.
Well, no.
The other thing is, okay, tell me. You know.
This is exactly what Mrs. Pamela Moses said yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, no, I didn't get her entire thing. I was outside for part of her presentation.
When you see me on my phone, I was not texting and conversing. I was taking information. You know, so even people who are 25 and 35 plus, they can still go there and get the CVQ and the other queue that will allow them to, you know, when they go and apply for jobs, they will have some form of certificate to show that they are qualified in the respective discipline.
Yes.
Now, what I didn't realize is that stayover passengers in Grenada are up 8.4% from over the last year.
Mm-hmm.
That means this is good news, Miss what's the lady name from
Honorable Dr. Clarice Modest.
Dr. Modest is working.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sanders is also training locals to ensure that Silver Sands have the staffing that they will need when they open. How could they say that this government don't care? No. Hotel occupancy is the highest it have been in the last many years. Miss Modest, you have some plans?
Mm-hmm.
JetBlue, from one flight a week to now one flight a day.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Scott, how people still have the nerve to tell us that this government is not working? This is my last point here. Let me tell you, no, all you just call him Doom Doom, but I doesn't call him Doom Doom because the gentleman and I, we have I think, you know, a good one-on-one relationship, so I doesn't refer to him as Doom Doom. I just prefer to call him KG.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mr. Jones said, Nazim is a man, but did you realize that so many of the callers this morning, while they're trying to put a good spin and thing, you could hear the disappointment and the sadness in the voice? I listened to generally speaking, most of the program, and this is exactly what it was. You know, they're talking the talk, but in the heart, they are disappointed. Why? Because they say we attack Nazim so much that it comes like if by we attacking him like that, we have succeeded in terms of, you know, causing him to step down. So that is one point, something about them that they're not satisfied with. But listen to this. They say Nazim is a man of impeccable character. He leads the party with distinction. He left the party intact. Mr. Scott, to you and your listening audience, after you lose 15-0 in 2013, when you was the deputy leader, you come back as leader of the party and you get 15 zip. Still for all, this morning, you're telling us that the gentleman had lead the party with distinction and he left the party intact. Gentlemen, to you and your listening audience, have a pleasant day.
Have a good day, sir.
Good day, sir. This stinking truth. Yeah, and he lead them intact, he lead them in tatters.
In tatters.
Anyhow.
In nanas.
In tata. Anyhow, they play a tune.
Oh, yo. Bam boom baby.
Jerry afraid that one boy.
Yeah, Jerry, that one mistake.
Jerry.
This doctor they calling Jonah, sharp like a Japanese sword. What?
Me?
They didn't like how we operating, so they told him man over.
Jerry, Papa Jerry. That man motor no bar.
Fireman.
Before people started to
Fireman want me here fire.
cancer with Panadol. The people start losing hope, so they throw Jonah a rope. Now they start to regret, cause all of them bam wet. Jonah give them a wash out. From the east, west, north and south. The doctor give them a wash out. He poured the medicine in their mouth. Jonah give them a wash.
No, me say smallies that say, but let me go to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning, brothers. How you guys doing?
Not too bad, no boss.
Yeah, fine, boy. I'll be laughing away this morning.
Jonah give them a wash out.
I keep telling my brother say that he can. The last time he was.
Well, before
that.
Hello.
Yeah.
Before you go further, Brazil score again.
Yeah, they score again. That's good.
Yeah.
I expect him to win. Yeah.
Firmino. Yeah.
I expect him to win. Yeah.
And the game nearly finished, so you know.
Yeah. But he keeps saying that he have work a line up outside. He can leave that thing anytime and go and walk outside. He got jobs out there. But I'm saying that. I mean, you there, begging for money, I should say, to run your program and take care of your family, and you have work line up outside. I mean, come on. I mean, you're that patriotic to that party. People really believe that this guy have work line up outside that he can just jump a plane and take his family and go to work. I mean, people do his colors really believe that that's true. Mm-hmm. I mean, this man is a happy brother. Sit down every day and he just collect and just do what you got to do. And I mean, they don't understand. He's in a comfort zone, and that zone is a little bit shaken. He's panicking. So he's not really looking out for NDC. He's looking for himself. I want to believe that because he just I normally take care of animals, right? And there was this thing they call a tick attached to the animals, yeah, and they would suck the blood of the animals. The animal is alive, yeah, but they're sucking the blood of the animal. They're living on the animal, basically. Sometimes when you talk, that does run through my mind. So he's there encouraging the supporters. Well, not encourage them based on to really, to me, I don't know what to encourage them for, because sometimes they call this program and they say nothing in their mouth, and to me, he won't even correct them. So basically, if he wouldn't correct me, let me say what I want. It could be negative, it could be positive, it could be whatever. You don't really care about the party, because you're not helping draw people toward the party. And to me, NDC is in a bad position right now. Yeah, a really bad position. I want to say I'm sorry for them, because they seem to be going down, and they seem to be talking about they have that base, but they don't know that a base can be eroded just like that. Just like that. And I'm seeing that happening right now, because most people are on the outside right now. I'm not even talking about NDC. I'm not even thinking about the other party at NDC. So I'm seeing the base that they boast about is dwindling right now. It's dwindling right now. They can't even, basically talk to people and say, the country's good. They try to push this talk, this country's going bad. So I keep asking them, in what sector is going bad?
But strange enough, one of the things, I listened to Mr. Burke speak this morning, and one of the things that he said is that he is resigning because there are some 19,000 or so people who did not vote for the NDC, didn't vote in the last election, and that the NDC needs at least 12,000 of those 19,000 people to be able to win an election in Grenada. So he's stepping aside to allow the party to put themselves in a position to get those votes. So in short, he's telling us those people didn't vote for NDC because of he?
Exactly.
That's what he's saying, They didn't vote because if you say you're moving so for the people to come in, it means the people didn't vote because of you. They didn't like you.
So you can know that too, yeah?
Well, he take long to learn that.
Deputy.
If he knew that before, he should have removed himself and
you understand? And he lost and he's still removed himself at the same time. He waited 3 months, how much months after? 3 months after?
Going on 4. In a couple of weeks, it's going to be 4.
You know what? You know, convinced of that. This guy is crazy.
Okay, my brother.
Have a nice day.
All right. 4407377 and overseas.
And 347-329-3101.
No Zingo. It's not Nas that was trying to call. Behave. It's not he. All right. Yeah. So Brazil, they're 2 up on Mexico Day right now. But yeah, the minister was making some very, 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 very valid points. The issue of housing. So it can't be and then they want to vex with you. Yeah, they want to be upset with you. Now, they're not working anywhere, so you understand it's a situation there already. So you have to try to help to see how they could either help them to start a business or get some form of employment or so on, temporary, permanent, whichever. But they want a house. And they want a room under mommy house that is theirs. They want a room under mommy and daddy house. They want a whole house for themselves. No children to say, well, you have children to see after, so not a family unit. Just one person, and then they want to vex with the government if they don't get it. Well, when they don't get it, because they can't. They don't qualify for it. And then they want to be upset. You understand? And this is a constant situation. People are working sometimes for as much as $4,000 and so. And they're applying for material under the material program. When they tell them no, they want to vex. Yeah. Well, I vote for holiday last time and I ain't go vote again. They want to vex. But if you're working for $4,000, go by Ariza. Speak to Mr. Agri. Go down there. Speak to one of the guys. Good morning to the staff at Ariza. Go and speak to any of the staff at Ariza or Grenville Credit Union or so. They go help you out. Take right in. They go help you out to turn that $4,000 to be able to help build a house.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Staff.
Hey, morning, Kami.
Good morning, Kami.
I was expecting the one alone this morning. They are sitting over, you know. And I go to the change plans. Anyway, good morning to the Mayor Class of Tiki Marty. And a special good morning to Miss Patricia. After Campbell in Canada. Cathy and Cox in America, Mr. Deputy. Zingo, Mr. Watson as well. Again, good morning. Beautiful day in Grenada today, the sun shining bright. You know, I don't know my father yesterday. And I want to treat the thing, Mr. Amas. And she, whatever she saying to people.
Yes.
You know? Anyhow, Mr. Scott.
Yes, Mom.
2 people called our radio station this morning. And they're giving me fire. I don't do anything. I don't understand why they're talking about me. Right? And say it's anything. I'm talking about anything. I want anything to anything I haven't talked. Sheldon, you know Miss Sammy. That if anybody in the NNC did something, and I don't think about it, you know what I'm talking about it. Yeah? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I understand why these 2 people called giving me power. I tell them I'm not a minister. Right now, you have members in the NNC that come to me all the time. And they will complain about ministers and government now. Man and woman. They say they don't like the behavior of them, the body language, the way they treating them. You know? And that was my time this morning as I was calling Sheldon. And they were listening. People watching, people listening, and people talking. You have to remember the older people. The people that have been there with you in all the struggles. Yes, I understand. You have new friends now. You have new people. But always remember the people that was with you all the time. Because people talking. You understand? So I don't know what this person calling. This people and complain about this family. This kind of people. You're the kind of job. I just think that's how it is. I don't owe nobody anything.
Yeah, but I yeah.
I'm not doing that. I don't work hard. I can't work hard on people because I'm not sick. And I'm looking at people that know when I saw them as a friend, not the friend. And if the girl's done, and I should call her and say, man, the girl's done. And the girl's give me. You don't have to tell Tom because I read. The girl's give me. We're friends.
Yeah.
You understand? So I have to stop that when I call our son and say, so the case, are going through. Sometimes you have money, but by the time you can't get money, so you call a friend. That's what I said before. And when you do things that people do that on your heart, don't talk about things you do for people. It's not nice. And I want to tell them, remember, the 5 years will come out again. And you're going to need people as me and others. You are going to need people as me and others. But that's right. Don't talk about things you do for people.
Yes,
You're
indeed.
going to need us. Or people say, people as me, all my time, when you put on my time, he's still springing up. I ain't saying that you have to have your new friends. Remember your old friends. What?
Yes, of course.
Remember them. Money is not all. Love comes to all, Mr. Scott. You are recognized.
All right, Kami. One love.
Can we talk until the credit done? Now, if you do something for somebody, you don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, you gotta talk about it.
I do things for people nearly every single day.
I don't make
nearly
any sense.
every single day I'm doing something for somebody. I'm going to talk about that. Yeah, forget that. Oswald Gilbert, OG, good morning, sir. I know, I'm wondering if you have. I know you're having an extremely wonderful day today with God's richest blessings.
Rejoice in the name of the Lord. Rejoice.
A certain man sent a tune. He said there's a tune I had to play for the other candidates at the NDC that should be doing like Nas. He sent a tune. He tell me play it. You want me play it? No, you want me play it at the end.
All you don't want them people end up with nothing. If Nas gone already, and all they want the rest go, they ain't going nothing.
But before I do that, you know what? Let me play what the PM said.
Yes, let's hear it.
Because some people getting it wrong. Listen carefully to what he said regarding the payments.
We did promise with the trade union brothers and sisters that we will increase, we will do something about our pension. Those who worked all the years and have not made. Well, they've been working feverishly at the level of the trade union movement and the government to try to bring a resolution to this problem immediately, as soon as possible. Already, the Ministry of Finance has agreed, based on the fiscal space, that we'll take care of the group 1983 to 85 in terms of gratuity. So we will be paying that hopefully before the end of July. A commitment to the people of this country, sisters and brothers. Sisters and brothers. Sisters and brothers, but we have the group after 1985, so they're working on the numbers with the actress people, because the other group must get paid too. So we work out for the group 1983 to 85, and the money is being made available by the Ministry of Finance. We want to give the workers at the Ministry of Finance a tremendous round of applause for their efforts.
Yeah, let's say a special good morning to the staff down at the Ministry of Finance. Yeah. Doc, all you busy boy. Not easy, you know, for all the people who has received the subsistence and so, they have to go and calculate, give each of them the additional $100, and then they have to take into consideration all these people have to get a gratuity between 1983 and 1985. Some of the staff at the Ministry of Finance, I wonder if they was even born back then. I'm sure it has staff members at the Ministry of Finance wasn't even born back in 1983. Yeah? So they have to do the calculations for those. A note though, quite a few months, government has been calling on all those who should be qualified to check with the Ministry of Finance and make sure your information is in. Because you don't want a situation, for instance, like you're supposed to get gratuity in this group of people that are getting now at the end of this month. So next thing you put your on fire and you sit down, but you never went in and put your information inside. So I hope that you have registered. So those of you that know that you should qualify for a little something and you did not put in your information, Don't come and say government pay some and they didn't pay the others. There was a process where you had to go in and bring your information to the ministry. Yeah, to bring it in, but I doubt you'll be able to get in this group in. But knowing Dr. Mitchell and the staff down there, they're going to do their best to set you up. Nice. All right, Devon, that's all the time we have for today. Tomorrow morning is a kind of different morning. Should be starting with post-cabinet press briefing, but Sheldon may have to be down there and not up here. So, and Prime Minister is leaving the island this afternoon. All right, you're showing the Prime Minister's right after here. So, technical man just told me he's about to show the Prime Minister's address to the delegates, everybody at the General Council yesterday. So you're going to be getting that immediately after Hard Talk, both on YouTube and on Facebook. But before I leave, we had to play a tune here for them, for the people and them who, like people like Andal and Simmons and Franca and so on. We have a special tune dedicated to each and every one of you by a Hard Talk listener. Yeah, they send this tune. They say, play that for them and tell them that's what they had to do. So from all of us here at Hard Talk, to those of you in the listening public, whatever you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
Yes, indeed.
Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. Follow me. Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. Follow the leader, 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 follow the leader. Hands up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Everybody now, put one hand in the air, one hand in the air, and we come from left to right. Watch this.
My colleagues, my very special brothers and sisters at this very important General Council meeting. First of all, let me say this. I want to thank the committees that were initiated for general discussion purposes. I sat there and listened to the points raised by the different groups. And you know, it made me feel real good because it told me that our people are thinking. They know what they want. They know what issues they expect us to deal with. And they have suggestions how we can deal with it. You didn't just raise concerns. You pointed to solutions. And your leadership here, they are listening to you. Rest assured, we will treat the information you give us with great sense of urgency. And you'll hear from us very soon in that regard. Sisters and brothers, this General Council is held at a very important time. 3 months after a general elections. Yes, and then you could be concerned that we wanted to see more government activities taking place. And we understand that. But I think you heard a lot of reasons why we had to do some review. But I want to make this point. No matter what our opposition does, the fate of this country at this time lies in the hands of the new National Party. They may come and tell you that their leadership will resign. You know, sometimes you play dead to see what funeral you're going to get. Try a thing. Try a thing. And see what the results. People come crying and say, stay, don't go, stay there. I am making the point, forget them. What they do, whether they stay there or they don't stay there, NNP is moving on. Sisters and brothers, and therefore our work must become even more intense than it has been because of the fate of this country, as we just said, lies in the hands of the new National Party. Sisters and brothers, I'm also pleased listening to the presentation of the several persons who addressed you on specific issues. I'm sure at the end of today's exercise, you all, if some of you came here a little down because you ain't getting nothing yet, I believe that you will leave here much more fortified than when you came here this morning. Because I think you realize things coming. And not months from now, things coming now. My friends, you heard from all the different areas. Every single aspect that we're talking about jobs and opportunities. Not just projects. With those activities comes serious development for the improvement of the quality of life of our people. Whether it's the development of education and training. It is improving and empowering our people to get ready for the opportunities of the 21st century. The age of technology. The age of the new economy. When new opportunities are created. In other words, some of the jobs of 20 years ago will not be available in the 21st century, not long from now. So we have to train our people for the jobs that are coming. And that's precisely why training will become a key component. And this you heard from our sister, Minister of Youth, and you heard from Minister in the Ministry of Education, Sister Pamela, the representative for this area. So, infrastructure, it is about the improvement of the quality of life of our people. As the roads built, you're providing avenue for more housing activities in areas that never had before. You're providing opportunities for water services in areas that never had. Electricity. In other words, all these are tied to improving the quality of life of the people of our country. Sometimes people define quality of life in just the level of income that you have. You could have a lot of money, and yet your quality of life is not as good as it should be. It is said Grenada's housing quality is the best in the Caribbean. But it might be the cheapest, but it is still considered to be the best. In other words, what you will get for a house in another country in the region for $500,000, you might get it here for $200,000. So it's the quality of the housing stock ties to the quality of the improvement of the life of the people of our country. So the infrastructure brings development, health. We talk about health. That's about your improvement, because you cannot be productive if you're not healthy. So when we made the point about health, colleagues, do not treat that lightly. Anything can happen to any one of us anytime. But there's some things we can do to prevent it. If we eat everything we see and we don't exercise, you know what's going to happen. And some of us believe the fatter we are, the better we are. Waste of time. Don't believe that. I used to believe that years ago too. There was one man in my area who used to have a big belly, and I used to want to be like him because they say he had money. Don't believe that stuff anymore, colleagues. So whatever area, sisters and brothers, we are moving. Look what's happening to our country. The Caribbean Development Bank, Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, the World Bank, the IMF, and all international institutions are saying this country's economy is the best performing economy in the Caribbean. That is not a joke. This did not come overnight, sisters and brothers. It came because of you, the people of this country. Because of your sacrifices, your commitment to the best for your children and grandchildren. This is why we are where we are today. And when we thought we were doing well last year, look what's happening to us already. I checked with the Ministry of Finance and the data recently, just a few days ago. Construction is up by 40% over 2017. Colleagues, I mean, this is a magic, you know. Serious, sisters and brothers. Last year when we had the best performing economy in the Caribbean, and our growth rate was just about 5%. The next one to that was St. Kitts, I think was 3.2. The growth in construction was just about 18%. It's already 40% this year. So you could know what is happening to your economy and the potential for job opportunities and development of this country as a whole. Sisters and brothers, let us not play with this. In every single area, we have made a bold decision. And we said we'll increase the needy assistance program for the vulnerable and our senior citizens, those who need help. We were mocked by the opposition because they promised before that they would increase it, and they did not do this. Not only that, they remove a lot of people. Sisters and brothers, starting most likely July, the Ministry of Finance working feverishly will be increasing it by $100, as we said. We did say if the fiscal space allows it. The fiscal space has allowed it because of the performance of your economy. Therefore, our senior citizens, those who need it, can get something more. And sisters and brothers, we'll not stop there. If things improve, we will increase it again, because that is still small for them. We did promise with the trade union brothers and sisters that we will increase, we'll do something about our pension. Those who worked all the years and have not made. Well, they've been working feverishly at the level of the trade union movement and the government to try to bring a resolution to this problem immediately, as soon as possible. Already, the Ministry of Finance has agreed, based on the fiscal space, that we'll take care of the group 1983 to 85 in terms of gratuity. So we will be paying that hopefully before the end of July. A commitment to the people of this country, sisters and brothers. Sisters and brothers. All right. Sisters and brothers, but we have the group after 1985, so they're working on the numbers with the actress people, because the other group must get paid too. So we work out for the group 1983 to 85, and the money is being made available by the Ministry of Finance. We want to give the workers at the Ministry of Finance a tremendous round of applause for their efforts. Small business will be, our supplementals will come into cabinet on Monday. We'll be increasing, making some monies, a few $1 million available immediately to the small business development, so that those of you who are waiting to access help through the GDB and the small business, and we're making it easier to obtain, but more accountability must be in place, because we cannot waste the taxpayers' resources, sisters and brothers. Sisters and brothers, don't want to keep you long. Brother Laurie spoke to you earlier on today about referendum. Sisters and brothers, this is not about NNP now. I just want to make it very clear. The things the NNP must do now is not only about our party's future, it's about our country's future, sisters and brothers. They must be tied together. What is good for the country must be good for the NNP, sisters and brothers. And to me, our children and grandchildren deserve to have a Caribbean Court of Justice, the final court in the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, sisters and brothers, we have come of age sufficiently. We have to trust our brothers and our leadership to provide justice for us. sisters and brothers, and therefore I will be campaigning this time. The last time they tied my hand and they tied my foot. This time I loose. And no, sisters and brothers, I will be going out hard for this Caribbean Court of Justice. Who want to come out now and say they against it while they were quiet? Let them say it now. But I am coming up against them, sisters and brothers. Sisters and brothers, we have the National Transformation Fund. Lots of the things you heard today, we have quite a few dollars in that National Transformation Fund. It says it should mean what it says, national transformation. So sisters and brothers, we'll use the millions of dollars, some of it, to transform the agricultural sector. You didn't hear from our sister yet today, but I want to tell agriculture because we're in St. Patrick's and St. Andrews close by, and St. Mark's and others. They are major sources of agricultural activities. We are going to be investing in youth agricultural program. A lot of the government estates that we have available, we'll make lands available to our young people, train them and support them to manage their business appropriately, work with the private sector and the Ministry of Agriculture and the Marketing Board to develop that program that can empower young people, providing jobs, providing development for the country and export, increasing export for this beautiful country of ours. So we'll invest there. In the youth area, we'll invest millions again in the youth development program. That will come from the National Transformation Fund. The money is there. It says transformation. It must be used for transformation. Announcement will be made soon on the increases in those areas. The tourism sector, sisters and brothers, our sister talk about the further expansion there. Some of our small hotels are not doing as well. We will invest in helping them upgrading the facility to take advantage of the opportunities in growing tourism industry available to this country. So I am proud and happy to report that we are going to be dealing with the productive sectors in a more aggressive way than this country has ever seen. Sisters and brothers, for the people of Carriacou, we are going to move to upgrade the Carriacou airport so that you'll be able to take small jets as soon as possible. People are coming into the country and be looking at this as soon as possible. They have started already. So within a month or so, you would hear about that. It's just to increase the runway so that you'll be able to take small jets. That will make it easier for me to go to Carriacou, because the truth is I don't like the small plane. I don't like it. So I want to go to Carriacou a little more often, Sister Kendra. So I want to look forward to this. Sisters and brothers, Sister Pam mentioned about the center in Riverside. We want to have the centers not in one part of the country, throughout the length and breadth of the country. The Transformation Fund will be used to create technology centers and centers of training throughout the length and breadth of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. It says Transformation Fund. It will be used to transform the economy of the country and transform opportunities for the young people and the people of our country as a whole. Sisters and brothers, the Breakwater program in St. Patrick's, we will ensure that project is finished completely so that St. Patrick's not only have a solid breakwater, but also a serious marina project that can provide hundreds of jobs and opportunities for the people in north of the country. Finally, sisters and brothers, I want to say this to you. We know we just won a general elections and you played a major part. You were responsible for it. Without you, we could not be sitting and standing here. But in that victory, sisters and brothers, we also heard you say that you were not happy with certain things that we were doing. To some extent, some of that was mentioned today, but I want to say to all of us Because since we said this country depends on us, it means that if we have a weakness, correct it. Sisters and brothers, some of us misbehave in the last 5 years. That is a fact. You are good soldiers, but while we are good soldiers, we have to behave. Because if you do something that is not right, and people know it, and they know it, this is a small country. You give us 1 vote, and you cause us to lose 50 votes. Does that make sense? Sisters and brothers, a lot of people did not vote last election. You know why? One of the reasons we found out, they were not happy with some of our constituency offices, how they are operating. And while they will not vote for another party, they say, I ain't going and vote to empower certain persons in the constituency office that were not treating me right. Sisters and brothers, I am not saying that the saying was necessarily true. But in politics, perception is reality. So if we know we are being perceived of not doing the right thing, we have to correct it. So I did promise you that it would take a little time to put in place a proper system so that we'll open the offices and empower people. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Tomorrow, Monday, the offices will be opened. All constituency offices will be opened, especially those who have already recommended and got approval for the manager of that constituency office. In addition, the support services would also be available. That's what we used to call them personal assistants. Some of them had bad name. So we changed it to support services. We have a nice name for it, right? But we have allowed our representative, instead of hiring 1 person, and they want to split it up into 3, with the same allocation of resources for three different parts, that is their responsibility and the right. So you may not see 1 personal assistant, you might see 3 persons operating different parts of the country as personal assistant. And the vendor who's responsible for paying those persons, the parliamentarians will not be paying anybody. The vendor through the parliament and the government will be the one paying. They will be assessing the work of the individual persons working with the constituency office. So if you are not performing and you're close to the prime minister, they're going to move you and don't come to me because I ain't getting involved. In other words, if you care about your party, do the work. Make us proud, and you would always have permanent jobs, sisters and brothers. We'd also have, for the first time, a youth person attached to the constituency office. Again, some people, based on it, are saying they prefer to have 2 persons to split that 1 youth position. We will recommend that at the cabinet tomorrow. Because if that is what you want, and you feel that is more effective than just 1 person, drawing a certain level of salary, and you want to give it to 2 persons, that's fine with us. Make sure that they are qualified and capable to deliver the services through the young people, through the length and breadth of those constituencies. In other words, sisters and brothers, we add a young person or young persons to the work of the constituency because we recognize this as a critical importance to the development of the country, by implication, the development of every single constituency. Sisters and brothers, so far, I never said NNP paying for the workers. The constituency offices will be manned by people that are recommended and have been also interviewed and proven to, based on the past record, to be capable of delivering those services. What will happen? The constituency offices will no longer be NNP office. They would be the constituency office of the parliamentary representative for that constituency, sisters and brothers. So anyone has a right to walk into the office and ask for information and get services that they deserve and they qualify for, sisters and brothers. So, my friends, point I'm making is this. We are not perfect. And we probably will never be. None of us will be. But as long as people point out our weaknesses and we know it is true, let's make the modification. And NNP is a party is not afraid to say when we are wrong. If we are wrong, we accept it and correct it and move on. That some people want to be wrong and strong. That's little children. We don't behave like this. So sisters and brothers, as we move forward, some of you started, I mean, I have to face it myself. Oh God, Doc, I lie on my bed at hungry, thing bar up to election, I get nothing yet. 3 months, you know. My friends, and one time I had to ask a young friend of mine, I said, suppose NNP lose, what you do? We just say, hold a little while, then we put the right systems in place. Some of us behaving as if we go dead. Sisters and brothers, let me make one further point. Let me make one further point. There are tremendous amount of jobs and opportunities outside there. But it gets, some of us get so dependent on their party. They're waiting for the representative to go and find a work for them. Sisters and brothers, get up and get. Get up and get. Opportunities are coming, but search for it. The constituency offices will provide all information and scholarships for training opportunities, for small business loan. All of that will be there. You don't have to wait on the representative to get there, to get information, to go and take initiative, to get help for yourselves. So sisters and brothers, with the team here, all of them, they're all committed to serve you, to serve the people of this country. I am proud of them. But I ask you, sisters and brothers, help them. Use your initiative too. Sisters and brothers, I say to people, one day, all of us will have to leave this scene. What we have to do as a government, as a party, is to empower the people. Because if we empower you and we train you, no matter who takes over the NNP afterwards, you will be able to run your own life, sisters and brothers. No matter which government gets into office, you will be empowered to help yourself and not depend on a politician for survival. So NNP's basic objective, empower the people to be independent of us. Sisters and brothers, thank you all. I love every single one of you. Take care.